Good evening, Munchie Mafia. Happy Sunday. And here we are yet again in the kitchen, and we are making a French dessert that's gluten-free and full of light and bright. It's a great summer dessert that's served as a parfait or as a cake. It's up to you. We're going to be using these glasses because I don't know where my mason jars went. Mason jars are really great though for this specific type of dessert because it kind of gives it that rustic aesthetic, especially if you're into doing the whole farmhouse aesthetic in your own home. You can use any size jar that you want, or glass, or wine glass if you want. It's up to you. So we've got 3 different kinds of berries. We've got a blueberry vanilla goat cheese, original regular goat cheese, whipped cream cheese, all the cheeses. No, not all the cheeses, but you know what I mean. Anyhow, so lots of fun stuff coming up this week. So we'll be talking about that and maybe a little bit of story time. Let's see how it goes. So let's get to it.
Closer, gather round, my friends. I need to tell you a story. It was a dark and stormy night. The rain fell upon the old tin roof, making a rat-a-tat-tat-tat heartbeat that echoed down the lonely corridor. Outside, the wind whipped down the cobblestone street as it created creaky scratches from the old rose bushes scratching at the window pane. Oh, the ghost is getting restless, he's demanding a sacrifice. Give him the gambling dirt.
At the end of the road there lies a dark secret, deep within the shadows of Mount Rainier.
A kitchen witch lives in a creepy historic farmhouse where the Montche Mafia meets every Sunday night, where they watch for the telltale signs of the kitchen ghost of kitchen gadgets past. Ghosts of the kitchen comes out to play as he faint glow floats from the spooky cauldron where CB casts her attention in barely audible whispers of ancient kitchen magic, where the stir of the mystical it's also whispers her spell upon the sisters bubbling boo.
Did you hear that? Well, did you
hear that?
Did you see that ghostly hand?
Oh, Latoria, it's a pesky ghost again. Lock up your kitchen toys, dear sister. Oh my God, it's gonna get ya. The curse is coming for the new blender. Oh my God,
It's gonna
get ya. The curse is coming for the new blender. Oh, sister, oh my, Latoria, say goodbye to the new blender.
Oh,
Did you see that?
well,
Did you see that?
did you see that ghostly hand?
Oh my, Latoria, say goodbye to the new blender.
Did you see that hand?
Did you see that ghostly hand? Oh, Latoria,
It's that wicked ghost again, dear sister. Oh,
oh my God, that hand is
All right, and we're back. And we've got a total of 20 people in chat. Hello, and thank you all for coming. We've got Todd Saw, Sarah Prestwood, Yes I Can Barbecue, Moose Barbecue, Tiger Jones, Sarah Prestwood, M. Buglet, YouTube Police 29. Greg Johnson is also here, and we've got Miss Tarot D, and Butler Family Farm 2005, Mike's Adventure Sparks, Kristen Welton, and High Plains Camper, and Arlene 1010, and Tuber Chat's also here as well, and Blonde Traveling Gypsy, Mike's Adventure Sparks, Devil Dogs Keeper Jamie, Ace Howdy, Canadian Family Life, and let's see here. Did I get to the bottom yet? Nope, still working on it. Still working on it. God, you guys talk a lot. And Judy Mae Collins is also here as well, and Tim Mitchell, of course, because he's the monkey over there, working all the buttons. He's a chief button pusher. Thank you for the gift, Mike's Adventure Sparks. And I'm still looking here, looking. God. Okay, finally down to the bottom. Okay, Confident Quilter Gladys Paul is also here, and Scratch and Pete PA. All right. Well, anyway. So Dacquoise is kind of like a French macaron, but not, because it's not really a French macaron, but it's made somewhat similar in fashion to it. And what we need is a stand mixer of some sort, and you want to make absolutely certain that your stand mixer is absolutely clean. There can't be any oily or greasy or fatty residue on the inside. So triple wash it, because what will happen is the egg whites will not whip up. So what we need is 6 egg whites right into the mixer. And you want to also, when you're also making your meringue for this, you want to make absolutely certain that you do not get any egg yolk in there as well. And you also are best off with making sure that your eggs are completely room temperature. Makes it a little bit harder to crack open and separate. So if you want to refrigerate them first, fine. If you got farm fresh eggs, these are Costco store fresh eggs. But look at these egg yolks. Oh my God. They look like tangerines. Good God, Rocky. Anyhow. Oh, thank you, Demoose, for the super chat. What was I saying before my bird decided he was going to just have Squawk Fest version 2.0 of the day? You want to make sure that if you have eggs that are fresh, farm fresh, and you don't put them in the refrigerator, just get the bloom off of them, crack them open, and just do your worst, But you cannot have any egg yolk. If you get egg yolk in your whites, basically going to have to start all over again. That's how precise it has to be. Okay. Not yet. What do you mean not yet? Oh, Leroy Jenkins. Who was it that was asking? Everybody was asking about why we have a 35-pound cat. They want to see the 35-pound cat. Okay. So I use a Bosch Universal Plus mixer, and it also has an attachment port right here for a blender and a food processor. I don't use those parts because I already have a really nice food processor. Well, actually, I have a food processor. I blow them up every year. I'm guaranteed to blow up at least one every year. Okay. High Plains Camper has just sent us a super chat. Thank you very much. Muchos gracias. And a moose too. Yes, I said to moose earlier. All right, so now we're going to get this started. We want to get this nice and frothy. The other thing I like about this mixer is if you've got a camera mounted to your ceiling, you can just look straight down and you can just actually watch that. And it's kind of like a semi ASMR sort of thing, you know, just sit there and just watch it whirl and whirl and whirl and whirl. Thank you, Todd. So what we're looking for is we're looking for soft peaks. And sometimes this could take a little while. Sometimes it doesn't take very long at all. It just depends on whether you follow the instructions. No greasy bowl, no egg yolk. So let's take a lookie. What we're looking for is that, where it just it's kind of hard to grasp onto that. So that's the peak that we're looking for. So now we're going to start slowly adding a little bit of powdered sugar at a time until we got a half cup in there. And what I like to do is I like to take a 1/4 cup measure, shaky shake, just like so. Okay, and now we're going to turn it on and we're going to slowly start just tapping it down in there. This is going to remove a lot of the little chunky monkeys. I've got a slipper full of powdered sugar right now. Yeah, it's all over my shirt. Thank goodness I wore a white shirt today. Alright, I'm just going to put just a little smidge more in there because I lost some into my slipper and all over my shirt. But that's okay, we got Hoover down here, a little four-legged Hoover. It's going to be coming over here and probably licking it all up because she's a sugar fiend. Alright, now we got that going. And what we're going to also use is just a little smidge of cream of tartar. This is going to help to stabilize the egg whites So it's just a scant quarter teaspoon. We're just going to add that in there just like so. And now we're going to turn it up. Okay, so you also want to make sure that, oh, god dang it. We want to make sure that our spatula is also very clean. No greasy residue. When I was working at an Italian restaurant, we had a mixer that was just dedicated, in a mixer bowl that was just dedicated to egg whites, and tools that was only dedicated to egg whites, and they had to actually be washed in a separate sink completely away from everything else. In other words, the same sink that we washed our vegetables in, our fruits and vegetables, because we always knew that there's nothing greasy in there. See, I had the opportunity to learn about French pastry from a master of France, and he was out of Quebec, and I'm not even sure if he's still around, but he was an amazing person. Couldn't understand half of a word that he said because, French. Okay, so what we're going to look for after we've scraped this down is we're going to look at our meringue, and if you bend it over, it's pretty stable, and that's what we're looking for. Or what you could do is you could take a look at it off of your beater. These beaters, you can't really do that very well because they're very thin beaters, but if one of the peaks kind of creates a bird's beak, it's done. It's done and ready to rock and roll. So next thing, what we have to do is we have to add some other ingredients to this, but we can no longer use the mixer because we don't want our stuff to deflate. So we're going to get rid of this for the moment and come back over here. God, I'm a mess. All right. And so then we're going to put in some nuts. Now, whatever nuts you want, you can definitely use. But see that's this. We're going to need another bowl. Okay. Eddie, if Eddie's watching, another bowl, but that doesn't mean 8 bowls, okay? Just so you know. All right. So what I like to use is chopped hazelnuts. And this is a half cup right here. We're going to add this half cup of hazelnuts, chopped hazelnuts. You can also use pistachios. You can also use peanuts that's been crushed. Or a combination of a bunch, but I don't really like using walnuts because they are very oily and it tends to degrade the meringue a little bit. And I got pecan chips because you got to have a little bit of crunchiness to it, right? So now we're going to just add that to it. to the bowl. And it's okay if they're not, you know, pulverized to death. They don't have to be pulverized to death. You know, they're just little chips. Now we're going to just mix it together. All right. And then we're going to take all of this. We're going to start glopping it right on in there. Okay. Now the key is to not over mix, because you don't want that airiness to deflate at all. And as soon as I get this out, I'll move the stand mixer out of the way. One of the things I like about this mixer, and this is not a sponsored review of any type. I've had this for years. I've had this before YouTube. So it fits underneath upper wall cabinets on the counter. You don't have to, like, you know, find a different home for it because it's too tall. It's pretty low profile. It's made by Bosch, in case you missed it. All right. And it also doesn't weigh 50 gazillion tons like a KitchenAid does. And I love the little rubber feet that it's got on there. Here, can I put this over here? Never mind. I don't want to bother. Okay, I'll put it right there, okay? All right. Now, we just want to fold this in to itself. We also want to get some almond flour, okay? And you don't, a little bit goes a long ways. You only need about a 1/4 cup of almond flour. This is super fine. Just drop it right on in there. And what I recommend is the Bob's Red Mill. This is certified gluten-free, paleo-friendly, and kosher for Passover. But anyhow, so best thing to do with this is to put it into a Ziploc bag and put it in your freezer. It's the best way to store this so it doesn't go rancid on you. It goes with any kind of nut, really. Just put it in the freezer. Alrighty. Hello, just cooked the damn food in Webb's Web. I don't know if I missed anybody else. Alright, foldy fold. Gently, okay? This is not something that you can do in a hurry. So just be zen with the bowl and your mixture. Just like so. Tappy tap. Now you can use any kind of extract that you want. It's much like a macaron, except for that the macaron doesn't have the chopped up nuts in it. It's predominantly superfine almond flour. I'm using bourbon extract, about a 1/2 teaspoon, okay? Dribble it on the side of the bowl, and then just slowly go in and just fold it in. Scrape the bowl, fold it. Scrape the bowl, fold it. Just like so, until everything is combined. There is such a thing as overmixing. Okay? There we have that. Now comes the fun part. Now, oops, what the hell? There's several ways to make this. You can make it as into several layers in 8-inch round circles, or you can do little individual circles. It's all entirely up to you. So, this is a very large pastry bag. These are disposables. I like the disposables. You know why? I hate washing those other ones out. I hate it. I'm lazy that way. And just don't want to deal with it, you know? It's like Got other things to do with my life. So cut a notch in there. Take your tip, put your tip right on in there. See where you're at. Not quite. So we're going to back it off just a smidge. We're just going to make another little cut right there. Just like so. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so that's going to fit nicely. I don't have to use a coupler now. Actually, do I have one of the plastic, big plastic ones? Yes, I do. Okay, right there. These things are great. You get these at the dollar store. They're summertime plastic drinking cups. And what you do is you take your pastry bag and you fold it down, just like so. Stick it in there. Makes it so much easier to fill it. Okay? Just like so. Now, we're going to start putting it in there. Plus, it keeps the cookie off of the edge of the bag because nobody likes to squeeze stuff out of a pastry bag and end up with it all over the palm of their hand. Kind of looks a little gross, kind of feels a little gross. Nobody likes that feeling. So now, just gonna park it right there. Stick your hand underneath. Tappy, tappy, tap. Right in just like so. Some more tappy taps. Just like so. Get in there. It is a little warm here in the house right now, so I'm hoping that this isn't going to break. All right. Put it right on in there. And if you don't have a thermometer for your oven, I suggest that you invest in one because you do not want your temperatures to be too high. And hopefully you have a oven that you can actually calibrate or at least, get to know. So okay, it runs a little hot, so we're going to just put it at 220 instead of 250 and so on. Okay, so now we just grab it, tappy, tappy, tap, and we're just going to, this pastry bag's only purpose to make it look pretty. No, there's a purpose to it. It's so that you can, create uniformity, not necessarily to make it look pretty, although it does look pretty. You do want pretty cookies. You don't want ugly cookies. All right, so I got 2 Silpats here. Whoops. Silpats are silicone pastry mats. This one's a generic. The other one's got little circles. And the little circles is so that you know exactly how big or how small your cookies are going to be. So now we're just going to go in and we're going to just go whoop-de-doo. And they don't have to be perfectly flat. They're not gonna spread at all, so and it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Just as long as it's perfect enough so that it sits down in the cup. And these cookies, I highly recommend that if you're going to make this dessert, do not make them ahead of time. Make them as you're getting ready to serve, or assemble them as you're getting ready to serve. The cookies will stay okay as long as you cool them down to full room temperature. Just put them into a container with a little bit of a paper towel in there. Poke a couple holes on the top of the bag or a box or something so that some air can get to it so that they don't develop any kind of moisture, because they will go kind of weird, kind of gummy, and they won't have their crispiness anymore. You can also use those goofy little things, silicone gel things that are often put into to keep things dry. Silicone things? No, that's not what they are. They're little packets. Silica gel. That's what they are. Silica gel. And of course, this one has got like a chunk of something there. So we're gonna have to just kind of pick at that for just a moment. Pick at it like a zit. Spoon sling with a sudden stop technique. Yeah, you could do that too. I'm not that coordinated anymore. All right, good enough. All right, so put that there because I'm gonna have to take the pastry tip out later. All right, so now we got that going, and gonna move these out of the way. Don't need those anymore. Now you're gonna bang it on the counter and hope and pray that you don't knock all your stuff off the table. And the reason for that is to get any kind of air out. We're going to let it sit for a little bit and let it kind of, develop a little bit of a crust. We want a little bit of a crust there, and the way you do it is you take care of all that nonsense. So next we're going to come along and get our little bowl with our egg yolks. We've got that. We've got let's see, 1/4 cup. So we need a 1/2 cup of butter right there. Sorry. We're gonna need. Let's see here. Yeah. Dang. All right. So I got some leftover key lime juice that I need to get rid of. So we're going to use key lime. I was gonna just buy the lemon curd in a jar, but unfortunately I went to the wrong grocery store, and so they didn't have what I needed. Yeah, pecans are really good. I really like the way that the texture is, but I also added the hazelnut because hazelnut is actually my favorite nut of all time. Macadamia nut doesn't work out very well. They're very oily. And anyway, so we need a 1/2 cup of juice. But we're also going to microplane the zest off of this lemon right in there. This is a microplane. You don't want to go too far down. Just enough, just so. Hey, Stephen and Jacqueline. Let's see, who else do we have? Stock Explorer. Hey, Nora. Did I miss anybody? If I missed you, I'm sorry. I've been kind of hyper-focused on stuff today. Just kind of a long day today. All right. You could put more, or if you don't like the lemon zest, you can also just opt not to do that. All right. So we got a double boiler over here, but I forgot to turn it on. So we're going to get this water nice and hot. We're also going to need to add some sugar, some regular granulated sugar to it. And we're going to need a half cup of sugar. Quarters, half cup. Here's a half cup. Got a half cup right here. Okay. Half cup right on in there. And I'm going to tell you a little trick about this. And the reason why we let it sit to get a little bit of a crust developed is that way they cook up just perfectly fine and dandy. Usually about 20 minutes to a half hour, maybe a little longer. And that's what they look like so far. Okay. We also want to make sure that they'll actually fit in the jar. Yeah, shit, I forgot to. Should have made it small enough to fit in the smaller circle. Emily, I've got more than 50, more like 100. I mean, it's like if I took all of them and put them end on end, some of them are in my car, which are my sunglass ones. It's the stack is this wide. That's what, 2 feet. Yeah, probably about 150. Judy May is probably, pretty close. Plus I got another dozen coming. All right, whiskey whisk. This is a dirty bowl. Get the dirty bowls out of the way. Now, I did not get blueberries because our local blueberries are not in season until about September or October. And I wasn't going to pay that kind of money for those. All right, so now we got that. We got our egg yolks. I accidentally broke one egg yolk. Oh, yes, Tiger. Happy birthday to the king of shrimp etouffee, a.k.a. the Florida master baiter, bait man, the connoisseur of Jergens. Happy birthday, FMJ.
2-year-old with a beard.
Oh. Yeah, it's too much sugar. He would have to get a whole lot of shots and probably even cuss me out a whole lot. And you're like, I can't eat that. I've been trying to figure out a way to actually make this so that it is sugar-free, but I've not been able to get it so that it is absolutely sugar-free. I know, right? It's like they're Costco fresh, man. They're organic, free range. I mean, absolute free range frickin' egg yolks. I wish I could have chickens of my own. I used to have chickens when I was a kid because I wasn't allowed any pets that lived in the house. So ducks and chickens it was, and bunnies. I wanted my own goat, but my dad said no. Actually, no, he said it would be okay as long as he understood that it was going to get eaten. And I was mortified. I think I was like 8 or 9 at the time, and I decided I wanted to become a vegetarian just because of that. And what ultimately happened with that is that lasted maybe about 3 or 4 weeks. 5 months for what? Yeah, 5 months for what? I don't have any room for a baby donkey. I would love that baby donkey, though. That would be a lot of fun. And Timmy, can I have you hold that? Oh, for the house to dry out. Yeah. When we lost a chunk of our ceiling, it took us about 7 or 8 months before, it got dried out enough, and then it started raining again. And every time we get it to the point where it's dried out, it's like it rains heavily, and then next thing you know, we're starting all over again. We do have the roof fixed though, but we think that we might have lost another shingle in the same area. It's really a pain, especially if you live in an area that's got a lot of high humidity, which we have, on the average about 50 to 60% humidity. All right, so let's check our water. Yeah, I think it's all right. So now we're gonna just slowly drop our pan in there. We're gonna let this heat up. I think I got too much. Yeah, I got too much water in there. What a dummy! I'm a dummy. Dummy. All right. Take out some of this water. There we go. All right. So now we're gonna just drop this right on in there. And we're going to use this as a double boiler because we want to get that sugar to completely dissolve. We want to get this nice and hot, but we don't want it so hot that it's going to scramble our eggs, because we're going to add our egg yolks to it. God damn it. All right, I'll take it from you. All right. So we want to get this nice and hot, but we don't want it too hot. We're actually going to turn the temperature down just a smidge. And while we're doing that, we're going to take our cookies, and we're going to put them into the oven. We're going to set the timer for 20 minutes. Okay. We're going to come back to this. All right, so would you guys like some story time? Or do you guys want to hear about, what's up and coming? Yes and yes. Story time, says one person. Who else wants to hear story time? Kind of a funny story. I think Jamie already heard it. And so did Penny. Penny only heard just a little bit of it, but I was texting her on our way home from the grocery store, and it was a grocery store thing, which is really kind of funny because, I'm not in the best of moods right now. I'm a little on the snippy side today. Very uncomfortable and a little pissed off. So, all right. So story time. I'm going to the grocery store and I'm dressed in my Sunday best. And when I say my Sunday best, it's whatever the hell it was that was, that I wanted to just throw on just for sheer comfort alone, right? Picture your audience naked. Yeah, okay. So here I am, going to the store, not really paying any attention. It's a little on the cool side, and right now I'm on some blood thinners, and it's making me feel chilled. A little more so than usual, but it's also, making me feel a little flush. Hey there, Lance. Sleeper Barbecue's in the house. So anyway, just minding my own business, going to the store. Walked into the store, didn't think anything of it. Went around, grabbed all my fruit that I needed. had to go over and get a thing of dog food and some bottles of Coke for Timmy and some stuff from the baking aisle, and had to go and check and see if they had my favorite coffee creamer. You know, they got pumpkin pie spice out right now, but this one here, the Harry Potter butterbeer coffee creamer, oh goodness gracious. It's like every time I have coffee, it's like an out-of-body experience with that stuff. That stuff is just, I'm gonna get another one the next time I go to the store, and we're gonna make some dairy-free ice cream with this. See how it tastes. So anyway, walking around all over the place, and then the doctor told me that I can't take any ibuprofen or Aleve, and I'm like, F my life. How the hell am I gonna get through this shoulder pain without Aleve and ibuprofen? So I had to go and get myself Tylenol, because she said, you can have Tylenol. And I'm like, great, okay. And so then I remembered, oh, I forgot my lemon. I forgot to get my lemon. I need my lemon, because I was like looking all over the damn place trying to find. Yeah, it's basically butterscotch, but they call it butterbeer. But anyhow, because butterbeer was a thing that they served at the Leaky Cauldron. So I'm walking around the corner because I'm a little ticked off the fact that I could not find any lemon curd. Hey, Double Doggo Raw. And so I'm like, okay, let's go take a look over in the baking aisle where they keep the pie fillings in the can. I know sometimes those things can be in a can, even though I don't want to have it out of a can. I wanted, the lemon curd out of a jar over in the aisle where they keep the jellies and stuff. And I was coming around the corner, and this old dude in a scooter, or on one of those grocery store scooters, comes barreling around the corner, just about smashes into me, and he stops and he looks at me. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, because it's like, it's just what you do out of courtesy, right? Get out of my way, you tranny. And I'm like, what? Excuse me? What did you just call me? And no, he meant what he said. And I just looked at him, and there were a whole lot of things that I wanted to say to him that I didn't say, and I just set my towel on fire. Crap. Just set the towel on fire. So anyway, here I am. I'm at the store. I don't generally carry purses, and I don't have my nails done. I don't put makeup on because it's just not my thing. And I got little tiny tatas, and I guess I do have some masculine features, but it's neither here nor there, right? So not a tranny. He was trying to call me, and the term tranny is very offensive. I don't care how you look at it. It's like, there's just certain terminology that should not exist in this world, but sadly it does. And okay, take them out. All right, so now we got this all nice and hot. Now we're gonna just take our egg yolks. So he's like, he says it again. He goes, get out of my way, you tranny. And I'm like, excuse me? And I just looked at him, and I'm used to this. I'm used to it. I'm used to, being called sir all the time, and so on and so forth. And it's not a big deal. And it's like, the thoughts going through my head was, so, does not having a uterus disqualify me as being female? Okay. I didn't say that. I go, what's it to ya? And he looks at me. I go, I can stand up to pee. How about you? And he's an old guy in a scooter, right? Okay, now we're just gonna whisk this all together. And he just looks at me. He gets all offended, and he just storms off on his little scooter and doesn't say another word to me. But it felt like he was stalking me a little bit in the store. But it was just kind of funny in a way. So I've never seen an egg yolk this freaking orange before in my life. I mean, what the hell are they feeding these things? Now we're just going to drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. So, yeah. And I really wanted to say, you know what? I told him, you know, I can stand up to pee. How about you? And I almost said, yeah. I almost said some other things that were highly inappropriate for grocery store, but it's highly inappropriate for YouTube, so I'm not going to say it. But, you know, it's like, F off, dude. F off. Just tired of these unrealistic beauty standards and all these preconceived notions that, you know, people should have to look this way or have to look that way, you know. Yes, I'm not very feminine looking, but you know what? I choose not to be because, you know, I don't really care. It's not like we're going to go out on I'm not going to go out on a date with this 80-something year old. Backwards mentality. Like, wow, dude, really? Whatever. So I actually get that quite a lot. A lot of people, you know, especially on the phone, people say that, you know, people call me sir on the phone a lot, but you know, I don't know. Maybe I just exude male a male presence or something. I don't know what the deal is, but I really don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm almost 60 years old. I think I've earned that, you know, earned that right to not give a rat's fartle. Anyhow, okay, so we're going to come back over here, and then we're going to put it on a 2, and we're going to take just a little smidgen of cornstarch as soon as I find out where the hell I put the damn thing. Cornstarch, of course, it's got to be on the top freaking shelf. All right. Yeah, trolls. And oh, by the way, we got 29 people in chat, if I'm reading that correctly. Hope you all are hitting the like button. And if you have not yet subscribed, please do so, because, you know, I'm just a bundle of joy to be around, and, you know, to learn a thing or two about a thing or two. All right, so we're going to just whisk in just a little smidgen, like a 1/4 teaspoon of cornstarch. That's going to help with the thickening. We're just going to whisk this together. And then we're also going to come back over to the table. We're going to get some sticks of butter. We're going to cut it up into cubes. So it goes back to 28, 27. It's okay. So, yeah. It's probably the masturbator and a couple of the driver of the hate bus or something. Ugh. See what you did, Tiger? I'm gonna catch hell now because of that. You're a bad influence. Bad, Tiger. I'm glad you lost your pants. Good night, Miss Tarot D. Have a good night. No matter where I go, there I am. Yes. And so am I. So, anyhow, there. Pick that up and just toss that right on in there. Okay, so now what we're going to need is to cut all this up into little tiny chunks. We want chunks. I am trying to grow my fingernails out again, but since I can again, you know, I haven't had long fingernails in a long time. So, anyway, here we go. Alrighty, there's our butter. Since this is already dirty, we're going to just take it along for the ride, a little bit at a time. Okay, now I got greasy hands. Let me turn it over to the other camera. Let's see here. It's the stove camera auto. There we go. Hey, look, I used the buttons. I use the buttons. All right, now we're going to just drop a couple bits of this butter a little bit at a time. And we're going to whiskey, and it should start to melt very slowly, and it'll start to emulsify. That, this almost looks like orange curd at this point. This is ridiculous. Hopefully the butter will start to, thin down that color. All right. So next is what's up and coming. Okay, up and coming is that Monday is Butler Family Farms 2005. It's their 42nd wedding anniversary live stream Monday. I can't remember the time. I suck at clocks and suck at calendars. So I think 4:45 Pacific time. Is that right? 3:45 Pacific time. I don't know. And they're still in the race with America's Favorite Couple. If everybody could take a moment and vote every day. There's free votes, and there's also paid for votes that gives extra votes. Not asking people to go out and spend their hard-earned cash on votes unless you want to. But they could use some free votes. They would love it. They would love to win the prize. If they win, they get to go on a triple date with the Goldblums and Ted Danson and his wife and Charlie Day. And there's $20,000 prize or something like that, and they get featured in Vanity magazine. And it's about time that, the older generation is represented in these sort of things instead of these 30-somethings that have only been married, maybe 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. They have a higher risk of potentially, having a, what the hell? Potentially getting into a divorce than older people. They've been married 42 years, for crying out loud. But older generation of people need to be represented in these things instead of these freaking whippersnappers. What? America's Cutest Couple. So, Over the Hill Gang, yes, exactly. The Over the Hill Gang needs to be out there in the forefront. That's all there's to it. And the only way to do that is to vote for the Butlers, for Jerry and Susan. Good, wholesome couple. They own a 116-acre farm in Missouri. And that's how they're celebrating their golden years, is running a farm. Hey, Peaches POV. Alright, so now we got a lot of this butter in there. Just need to get it to settle. I can actually turn that heat off now. And the color is starting to tone down a little bit. At least now it looks like tangerine curd or orange curd. Because my orange curd looks like that. Who keeps texting me? Hold on a minute, I gotta check something. Oh, okay. Spam. Watched a ladies fighting thing today. I thought of you, Peach's POV. Oh, that's funny. No, we have not. We have not shown him yet because I didn't want to get him up on the counter before I got the desserts put together because I did not want to listen to people or read people's many comments later on. Ah, that's so unsanitary. You're letting your cat be up on the prep surface when you're in the middle of cooking. That's just gross and yada da da da. Because you know, when our good friend won America's favorite chef, we never heard from him again. So don't ditch us. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, literally, he abandoned all of us after he spammed us to death and basically held us almost at pew point to vote for him, and then he just up and disappears on us. He did give us a call to let us know that he had actually won, but he didn't want anybody else to know that he had won yet. He wanted to do an official video, and that was the last we heard from him. It was really kind of ridiculous. He wasn't a chef. He's not a chef. He's a meat salesman. But because he had a fairly decent YouTube presence and quite a lot of followers on his Instagram and stuff, he was able to win. And that's one of the reasons why I want everybody here to vote for the Butlers, because a lot of people have millions of followers on their Instagram and stuff that haven't been married for nearly as long as the Butlers have, and they're more than likely going to be the ones that's going to win this. It's like, and then 1 year down the road they're going to end up in a divorce and fighting over who's going to get the dog. And Tiger said it, not me. Sausage. Yeah, he was a sausage salesman at the time. Now he works for, I don't know, somewhere else. From the Carolinas. Alright, so our buzzer went off. I'm going to move this out of the way because we don't need that anymore. That was just the excess water that I took out of the pan. We're going to check our cookies. This is rough. Okay, so what we're looking for is we want to make sure that they are nice and dry and solid, and I can press on them. They're kind of gummy, so we're going to put it back in for another. I'm gonna use my magic number of 7 minutes, and we're going to check on it again in 7 minutes. All right, so we're just going to keep stirring this up. All right, now we're going to turn this temperature back up a little bit. We're going to add just a little bit more of the cornstarch to it, just to help get it to thicken a little faster. This is something that needs to actually be made hours upon hours in advance, but I've not been feeling my best lately. So I didn't get a chance to make it in advance. That's why I was looking for, a jar of it at the grocery store. Even went over to where they keep all the charcuterie crap. They didn't even have it over there. Yeah, that was actually a ringtone. All right. And I accidentally melted my towel to the burner, and now my burner is smoking. Great. But I do have a cat ringtone, and the reason why is because I got parrots. I've got exotic birds, and if I'm gonna have to listen to a ringtone for the rest of my life, it better be something that I already listen to on the daily. I mean, it's so bad that we even have our doorbell turned off. We even have our doorbell turned off so we don't have to listen to ding dong. Not that a lot of people come ringing on our doorbell, but there are times, especially on a Saturday afternoon. Huh? I already checked them. No, I turned it back on for another 5 minutes. Okay, so just keep stirring this and stirring this. We're going to stir. It's starting to really thicken now. Char's flavor. And you don't want to take your eye off this because you can end up with scrambled egg. Even though you tempered it, it can still scramble. Alright. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to let this sit and get happy in the refrigerator until it's cooled down to about 41 degrees, 40 degrees. And it should be nice and thickened. Yeah. Tiger. you are savage tonight. What is going on, man? Are you okay? I take it meeting the future in-laws went really well. And you've been celebrating? I don't know. I'm just guessing. What? Tiger? I've missed you, Tiger. Just want you to know that. I've missed you. Alright, so I feel some gumminess happening at the bottom of the pot. Yeah, I melted my mitten to the cookies in the oven. Melted my towel. Okay, pop that off. Set that right there for the moment. We got 2 more minutes. I need to crack the fingernail, damn it. All right. So now, why did I put that away? I needed that. All right. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Rock-handed world. All right. All right, so we're going to need about a scant half cup of powdered sugar. Maybe just a smidge more. Full half cup of sugar, powdered sugar. Ow. Ow, it's hot. All right. Now, we're going to take this soft goat cheese. It's blueberry and vanilla. So I want to spend the money on blueberries. So I'm a cheap bastard that way. Just ask Tiger. He'll attest to that. Scant and spidge. No, you're talking my language. Yeah, scant and spidge. Dollop and a bump and work on building up your wrists, Nina. Wow. Okay. Alrighty, Rue. So whipped cream cheese, blueberry goat cheese, or there's also ones that are like orange blossom and lavender. Or you could just use just plain. It's all up to you. Let's go check on our cookies again. All right. Nope. We're going to go 11 minutes this time. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to get this all mixed together. I'm going to put a little smidge of whipping cream, like 2 tablespoons, okay? Just to help to loosen it up a little bit, but not enough to make it soupy, okay? All right, so what's upcoming? We got pineapple fried rice outside. Hopefully the weather will hold up. It's actually raining here now, and it's been kind of gross the last few days. I'm getting tired of this bipolar weather. What are you guys doing over there? All right. So there we have that. A little smidge more. I keep getting blueberry in it. I gotta make some, I got some Lemon Berry cinnamon swirl bread at Costco the other day. I need to make some stuffed French toast with it. If you guys want to see that in action, type a 9 in the chat. Maybe I'll do a special video. Alright, so that should be plenty right there. Okay. Smaller box. We have a sale where you buy 2 get 1 free. What? $7 days antibiotics and $8.99 a pound for blueberries. Bad combination, but at least the antibiotics will get you better. Freaking blueberries. It's like, what the hell, man? Alright. So let's check this out. See how it's starting to develop a little bit of a crust on the top. It's starting to really get there. Alrighty, Rue. Now, scooch these out of the way. Let's take a look at our berries. We got a bunch of strawberries here. I'm going to flip my board upside down. Wipe off my knife while I'm at it. There we go. Alright, so you just take the tops off the strawberries and get them ready to rock and roll. And so we got that happening on Wednesday, the pineapple fried rice, and then Friday we're going to be hopping on over to Off Topic Squirrel for the start of the unbirthday marathon. That's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time, over on Off Topic Squirrel. And we're going to start off over there. We're going to play a game and maybe do a drawing. A couple drawings. Because it not only is it my unbirthday, it's also kind of a combination of my unbirthday and a celebration of hitting the 4,000 watch hours. So, talking about blueberries. Oh, don't make me scroll back. Yeah, pineapple fried rice cooked outside over coals, hot coals, in a cast iron wok, of all things. So we got that. Then we'll finish off the birthday marathon on Sunday with the first, the next installment of the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune. We're going to be kind of doing a bunch of pop-ups throughout the day, Friday, Saturday, and then ending it on Sunday. Starting off, my unbirthday is the 31st of July. That's a Friday. We're going to start off somewhere. Probably start off on Munchie Mafia during the daytime, just to talk about some stuff and just have a chit chat, and that'll be for a very short period. We're gonna do the special drawings. Special drawings being the Team Banana and Kitchen Crew. They're not going to be all on the same day though. And then there's also going to be one for the people that have gifted memberships, as well as another drawing that's for those that have given supers. Then it's going to be open to subscribers only throughout all that. But I'm not going to tell you what days those are on. You'll have to find out. So there's going to be like several drawings for subscribers that don't fall into those categories. And so and then there's also the Gift of Gab. It's going to be a drawing for that one. So there's a bunch of different wheels, but the drawings are going to be done in a different sort of way, in that you don't know what you're getting. They're all mysteries until the very end, after everybody's picked an envelope. And if you aren't quite sure you like your envelope, you can always swap it with somebody else that already picked one, and you have to swap with whatever it is that you got. And it could be a gag gift, it could be just stickers, it could be merch, it could be a really cool prize. You just never know. So, that's how that goes. And then after the weekend is over, then all the envelopes will be opened, and everybody will be able to find out who got what. So that's how that works. So, and the live streams could be on Off Topic Squirrel. They could be on Munchie Mafia. You don't know. You won't know until you hit notification, because we're not posting them in advance. We're just gonna just let it ride. The only one that's going to be posted in advance is the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune, and off topic squirrels Friday night, Friday game night. Yeah. Well, everybody was like, "Oh, you should do a 24-hour live." I can't do a 24-hour live. I just can't do that. I just don't have it in me to be able to do something like that. All right. So there's that. We got 2 minutes left on our cookies. Hopefully this will be it. My cabinet will not stay shut. I see some golden browning happening on the bottom or around the edge. Yeah. I'm gonna go for another 5 minutes. Okay. So yeah, just come and hang out. They're not going to be long, drawn out, multiple hour live streams. They're going to be roughly about an hour, except for Off Topic Squirrel and Mystery Wheel of Misfortune. One of the games that we got is I got a whole new Mystery Wheel of Misfortune, but it's going to be the beginner's edition. This is going to be like for people that want to participate, but they don't want to deal with all the weird ass ingredients, because let's be realistic, some of those things are really super duper expensive. Not everybody can cook with that sort of thing. So there's going to be, as soon as I get all the rules written up for that, we're gonna be talking about that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So now what we want to do is we want to get our glasses ready for the party. Good night, Ralph. Go check out Webb's Web if you're looking at learning more about some of the things that they've been working on as far as tutorials and online help. Whether it's EVMux or DaVinci Resolve, which is video editing software. They do their tech talk. So first Saturday of the month, right? Yeah. I'm trying to balance off-topic squirrel around so it doesn't conflict with that. And we decided to just settle on Friday instead. Friday night. Okay, one more pastry bag. Another pastry tip. Drop it right on in there. Nope, not quite. Cut a little bit of it off. Come off there. There we go. Alright, there we have that. Alright, now we're gonna do is scoop all this out. God. Into a pastry bag. Just like so. Don't shake the bag on the floor, or else you could end up with a shoe full of the filling. So we're going to just squeeze it, twisty, twirly, twirly, and all that filling will start to, move closer to the tip, but we don't want it closer to the tip just yet. We're going to just set that down just like so until we're ready to rock and roll. 4 years you've been in the truck, God, I've had to spend time in a semi-truck and I didn't like it at all. I don't know how people can do it. I really can't. I mean, there's quite a lot of people that actually enjoy over-the-road trucking. Oh, so my cousin is off in Hawaii right now, and actually a couple of my cousins are off to Hawaii. There was a funeral the other day, and I had they live streamed it because there's a lot of us that couldn't be there for the funeral. So they live streamed it on Facebook, and they're 3 hours behind because they're in Hawaii. It was a lovely service. I think that my cousin would have approved. All right, so this is a drawing spoon because I'm bougie that way, and just kind of drizzle all along the edge. Get a little funky with it if you want. Put a little puddle in the bottom. You don't have to have a drawing spoon. You could just use a regular spoon if you want. Just like so. All right. So some of these may need to get stamped. Okay. So we're just going to let that sit and behave itself for a short. Now we're going to take some of our goat cheese mixture. And you don't have to swirl it around the glass if you don't want. So you're going to put a pretty good dollop in there. Tappy, tappy, tap. If you want to just put a puddle down the bottom, just do so, just very gently. Okay. There we go. And then however much or however little you want. Oops. Perfect sweetness. All right. Now we got a little dollop in the bottom. And we're going to take a spatty spat. Take the smallest cookie and pray that it comes off the mat. Just like so. Now, of course, you're going to want to do this while the cookies are thoroughly cooled, but we're not going to be hanging around for that long to do that. So I'm just going to show you how to set it all up. So just drop the cookie on in there. Might have to take the handle and just kind of move it around a little bit, just like so. And then you're going to take a strawberry and you're going to give it a slice. Just like that. And you're just going to drop them on down in there. Now, looking for my culinary tweezers. Try not to make a mess because I do want to take a picture. Go. Culinary tweezers. So just lay it down on top of the cookie. Just like so. You want to have that cookie covered up for the most part. Just put a whole strawberry down. Don't be stingy on the strawberry. Okay. Now we got the strawberry on there. Now we're going to take a little bit more of this curd. We're just going to drizzle just a little bit. Okay, not a lot. Just enough to say, oh, hey, there's that. Now, I'm going to just put a little dollop of that back on there like so. We're going to go get another cookie. Get another small one. Come on. All right. Drop it right. Oh, crap. Okay, so that one fell out of my hand. All right. Plus they're warm still. Okay, so drop that on there. Just kind of press it down a little bit. Just like so. Now, we're going to take some blackberries. Put some blackberries on top. This is one of my favorite desserts. I used to make this as a gluten-free option whenever we did tasting dinners at one of the wine bars I used to work at. Of course, I had a much nicer convection oven there at the time. Okay, so there we have that. We've got a cookie there, and then we're going to put a little dollop more of this. Actually, no, because there's tartness and sweetness and a little bit of acid, different kinds of acid. We're going to just put a little bit on there. Then we're going to take our cheese, put it on top just like so. And let's see here. You could spread it out a little bit, just like so. Now you could stop right there if you want and just put some more stuff on there, but no, we're not going to do that because, you know, it's go big or go home, right? So, pick up the silicone mat. There we go. All right. So, there's that. And now, need some raspberries. Just like so. Now, raspberries are very tart, and the way to offset that is to add a sweet and tart, different type of acid, which is the lemon curd, the drizzle. Just like so. And you can use whipped cream on the very top, or you could just put a little dollop there and maybe take a strawberry or a lemon. Let's do a lemon wedge and show you a little trick to lemons. Okay, so we got that. Just slice it down until you can see the lemon, right? Just like so. Now, let's see here. Bird's beak paring knife or a tournée knife is always best because, you know, it's got a little bit of a curvature to it. You just go and peel that up. I hate it when they put seeded lemons in the seedless lemon section at the grocery store. We're going to take all that white pith off. We're just going to go in and segment it just like you would if you were segmenting a grapefruit. Put that on top just like so. Go down and segment another piece. Just like so. Oops. Yeah. God, these seeds drive me nuts. Seedless lemons work much better because, you know, you can just destroy those things. So anyway, there's that. That's what this looks like. Munchie Mafia. You can also just stack the cookies one on top of the other on a plate. Sometimes they don't want to stay, so you might have to mush it down a little bit with the cream cheese and goat cheese combination. So there's that. And it looks a little messy and a little wonky, but it works. And then you get yourself a spoon. I got one of my tall spoons here. Tall dessert spoons. There we go. Just like so. You just go in and you just crush it around, mush it, dig it all the way down to the bottom, get a little bites of everything. Oh my God. So that's that. And ball of wax. So anyhow, I'm really struggling really bad tonight. So we're going to have to just call it a night. 7:38. Just so y'all know, I had to go to urgent care on Friday, and they diagnosed me with a blood clot, sent me off to vascular, put me on blood thinners, and basically have to wait for the blood test to come back Monday. So feeling a little out of breath and a little icky right now. So anyway, we got a spin for the next. Oh yeah, we haven't shown off the cat yet. Oh, God. Oh, I almost forgot the cat. All right, Rue. Let me move this nonsense out of the way. Put that over here. Get the food out of the way, so I don't have to listen to the comments about, ew, you put your cat up there. All right. All right. Here he comes, Peaches. I can't pick him up because oh, there goes my witch's broom. Just knocked my witch's broom off. Here we go. So here he is. This is Leroy Jenkins, and he is half Maine Coon, but he looks like a Siamese. And he is a big cat, and he does not want to be up on the counter. He probably doesn't like the stainless steel, the feel of the stainless steel. Let's turn him around. So, yeah, that's him. Oh, I know. You. I know. So this is a 35-pound cat. And he's shedding all over the place. This is why I wanted to wait until after we were done cooking, because cat hair abound. And he's got these beautiful blue eyes. I don't know if you can see his blue eyes, but he's got beautiful blue eyes. But he's short-haired. He's a short-haired cat, but he's half Maine Coon. God dang it. All right. I can't hold him still any longer. You will not eat a blueberry pie? Emily, is it because when you go to take a shit the next day, your shit is green? Is that why you won't eat blueberry pie? One of the reasons why I don't eat blueberry pie. I hope you enjoyed that. He's a big cat. Purple? No, it turns your... No, blueberries turn your poop green. Also does that in cats, too. Ask me how I know this. Winston used to love blueberries. So did George, for that matter. And they would eat all the blueberries. They'd eat a whole thing of blueberries, and then next thing you know, it's like, they're pooping out green poop for a week. Blueberries are kind of an acquired taste in that sometimes they're not all that great. No, I do like the there we go. Wipe it down. I do like blueberry muffins. Yes, we're ready for the races. So we're spinning for, or we're racing. What are we racing?
Well, the hydroplane races start next weekend, or run next weekend. We're racing speedboats.
Oh, we're racing speedboats. So we're racing speedboats. It's a 1-minute race. I'm going to go through the list of names. We've got 32 names. We've got 29 people in chat right now. And how many people do we have? We got 27 likes. All right, so I'm going to read down the list. Now, I'm going to pause for just a moment before we start the race to let everybody have their say if they don't hear their name called. Okay. So, Yes I Can Barbecue, Desert Livin', YouTube Police 29, Demoose, Todd Saw, M. Buglet, Sarah Prestwood, Greg Johnson, Ms. Tarot D, Butler Family Farm, Mike's Adventure Sparks, Kristen Welton, Tuber Chat, High Plains Camper, Arlene, Blonde Traveling Gypsy, Double Dog's Keeper Jamie, Canadian Family Life, Judy Mae Collins. Yes, I know, Tiffany. You're on the wheel. Live with it. Ace Howdy. Scratch and Pete PA. Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline. Penny Ortiz. Just Cook the Damn Food. Webb's Web. Simply Jan Homestead. The Stock Explorer. Sleeper Barbecue. Devil Dog. Peaches POV. Barberry. 8256. That's a name I didn't see.
Came in about half an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Hi, Barberry. Sorry I missed you. So hi. And then Whistle Top Hosted. All right. Did you hear your name? And I didn't see Double Dog in there.
Devil Dog right there. Fourth one up from the
Oh.
bottom.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Damn it, LOL, says Tiffany. Ha, 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 ha. Got you again. I know. So, did we get Judy Mae Collins? I don't remember reading Judy Mae Collins.
Judy Mae Collins is third down from the top.
Oh,
right?
yeah, right above Ace Howdy. Okay. So,
All right, I think we're there.
okay, we think we're there. We think we're there. We're there. Okay. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Not 10 minutes. No, we're not doing 10 minutes. 1 minute. All right. And away we go. Of course, there's cat food. Shuffle. Shuffles. Short-term memory problems. Much so. Yeah, I know, right? Yes, I have short-term memory problems.
Here we go.
All right, and away we go. And we've got, let's see here, YouTube Police, Stock Explorer, somebody. And it looks like Peach's POV is kind of in the lead. I don't know who's in the boat, in the brown boat, but the brown boat toward the bottom there. Oh no, it looks like, Sleeper Barbecue is coming up and is taking over Peach's. Nope, it's kind of, and then we got Blonde Traveling Gypsy coming along, and that's Whistle Stop Homestead in the purple boat down toward the middle. We got, let's see here. Oh, no, everybody's falling back. And so far, we got 14, 13. Let's see. Somebody could just pop out from nowhere at this point. Here comes Webb's Web. And then Canadian Family Life, Tiffany. Oh, look at that. 2, 1, and yeah, there we go. Tiffany, Canadian Family Farms wins it tonight. Huh? I know, Canadian Family Life. I know, right? Yeah. All right. So, hello. So, there we have it. Losing streak is over. I know, right? You've only been like in the races for how long now? And this is first time in a while. Or first time ever, I think. I don't think, yeah, because I don't remember ever doing one for you. So this is going to be cool. I need to lose some weight so my boat goes faster. Mike. All right. So, anyway, Munchie Mafia. So, upcoming stuff. That rounds out the month of July and going into August. And then we are cutting back on the live streams a little bit, but we're going to be keeping our core Sundays for a bunch of randomness, Mystery Wheel, Misfortune, the Cook Along. Right now we're kind of focusing on Outdoor Cook. There's five Sundays in the month of August, so we got that, and then also the Blue Plate Special seems to be doing really well. And what the Blue Plate Special is going to be for this upcoming month is chicken spaghetti, because we just need that. And then the wild card is P Digits had requested fruit nachos, so we're going to be doing that in the month of August. And in the September, and some video series that's going to be starting in August is Culinary Foundations, which is just a very basic beginner cooking masterclass of sorts with a little flair. It's going to be done the civvy way instead of Mr. Professional white jacket hasn't seen a kitchen line in decades sort of person that's going to be like bombarding you with a whole bunch of kitchen terminology that you may not know. But we're going to learn. We're all going to learn all the kitchen terminology together. You're going to be getting some of that. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing the Culinary Foundations, and then also the other one is tailgating. Tailgate food is going to be another one, and then another series, a third series that may not happen on the weekly, is going to be crap, what was it? I made the thumbnail for it. I don't remember. Thank you for the jewels, Mike. So that's what we got coming up soon. And then as we go into September, we're going to start working on other things like the State Fair is going to be one of our little mini series for the month. So that's going to be fun. We're going to be doing that in conjunction with the cook along. We're going to be doing funnel cake, strawberry shortcake desserts, or just funnel cakes, which are we're going to have it done a few ways, and we're going to be talking about all the different variations that you can do with that, and so on and so on. So funnel cakes, sugar-free, and then we're going to be doing some other things like fair scones and deep fried Twinkies and deep fried Snickers and deep fried everything. I don't know. And of course the what is that frickin' burger called? That's got like mile high pile of grilled onions on top. The Hurricane Burger or something. Anyway, so oh, and then we got outdoor cooking as weather permits, because our weather is starting to turn. Just as it was beginning to get started. So anyhow, I gotta get off this foot. So anyway, Munchie Mafia, I just want to say thank you all for all your support, and so glad that we all got to spend some time together today. And I hope that you all are going to have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and hopefully you have a even better one going into this upcoming week. And we will be back on Wednesday. We'll be back on Wednesday for Outdoor Cook. It's a Thai pineapple fried rice, and in case it rains, we'll do it inside. I'm hoping that we can do it outside, because it tastes so much better when everything's charred on the grill. The pineapple and stuff and the shrimps are all charred on the grill and then added to the rice. It's just amazing. So good night, Gracie. Don't forget to cook with love, eat with passion. Thanks for coming. Have a good night.
Before you go, I want each and every one of you to know that I appreciate this time that we spend together. Thank you for being here. So sad that our time is done for tonight, and I really hate saying goodbye. So let's just say a fun good night, or even a sad little toodaloo. Perhaps even until next time. Maybe a ta-ta for now. We'll be here or on off-topic squirrel, because Bucci means love too. It's been really fun with all our friends, no matter if you're old or you're new. So before you let that door slam behind you, find the like button lovingly and go back to your life as it were before you hit that play button on YouTube. Oh my, oh my, oh my, Chef CV. What's cooking? If you haven't yet, subscribe to Montche Mafia Official. Now is that time. What's stopping? Since you're still here on YouTube, we are saying thank you to Oracle's 1966. He's a retiree in the Philippines. We are glad to have you here. His channel gives people an insider's look into daily life in the Philippines. He takes us on bicycle adventures, cooking traditional Filipino dishes, and channel development, and a little bit of karaoke. Please check out Brother Ramon at Oracle's 1966 today. Salamapo. Chef CV, what's cooking? Thanks for coming, and please remember, as you are in your very own kitchen and cooking for your family, community, and friends, always cook with love and eat with passion. Unless it has Twizzlers in it, whoever suggested that is going to hell. Chef CV says there is stir up some magic. Whiskey is skin, a little mischief. Bake a little mystery. With the spinning wheel of misfortune, we really hate saying goodbye. So let's just say a fond good night, or even a sad little toodaloo. Perhaps even until next time. Maybe even a ta-ta for now. We'll be here or on off-topic squirrel, because Bucci needs love too. Oh my, Chef CV. Chef CV, what's cooking?
He still hasn't went and looked for the dip squawker. She just spit out all over.
That's wine. That's the wine she's spitting out. She's waiting. That's alcohol.
Oh,
You could see it come out.
drink some more, Em. We're not quite there yet.